The year is somewhere in the middle of a plague outbreak. The sun has not risen yet. In fact, most people in town are still asleep. The streets outside are dark and quiet. No carts rumble over the stones. No merchants shout about fresh bread. Even the dogs seem less interested in barking these days. And unfortunately for you, this is not a day when you can stay under the blankets. You are a plague doctor. Your day begins before dawn. A faint gray light slips through the small window of your room. The room itself is simple. There are no fancy decorations here. No soft carpets. No shelves packed with books. Just a wooden bed, a small table, a chair, and a few tools of your trade. The air feels cold. You sit up slowly and listen. For a moment, everything seems peaceful. Then you hear it. A distant church bell. One slow ring. Then another. The bell is not calling people to celebrate. It is not announcing a wedding. It is marking another death. These bells have become part of daily life. People hear them so often now that many barely react anymore. But for you, each ring is a reminder that another family is grieving somewhere in town. Not exactly the most cheerful alarm clock. You rub your eyes and take a deep breath. Today will probably be difficult. Then again, yesterday was difficult. And the day before that. That is life during a plague. Unlike doctors today, you do not wake up knowing you have medicines that can cure your patients. You do not have antibiotics. You do not have microscopes. You do not even know what germs are. The tiny bacteria responsible for plague remain completely invisible to everyone alive at this time. As far as most people know, sickness comes from poisoned air, bad smells, unlucky stars, or perhaps divine punishment. The truth is still centuries away. But none of that changes the fact that people need help. And they expect you to provide it. You swing your feet onto the floor and begin getting ready. The wooden floor creaks beneath you. Water sits in a small basin nearby. It is cold. Very cold. There is no pleasant hot shower waiting for you this morning. You splash some water onto your face and immediately regret every decision that brought you to this moment. For a few seconds, you are more awake than any human should be before sunrise. Outside, the town slowly begins to stir. A few figures move through the darkness carrying lanterns. Some are workers heading toward their jobs. Others are family members searching for help. Many plague doctors are hired by towns or cities during outbreaks. Their duties go far beyond treating patients. They inspect the sick, record deaths, advise officials, and sometimes witness scenes that would stay in their memories forever. It is not an easy profession. In fact, many plague doctors were not highly respected physicians at all. Some were young doctors trying to build experience. Others had little medical training and simply accepted dangerous jobs that more established doctors avoided. When plague arrived, many wealthy physicians conveniently discovered reasons to leave town. Strange how that happened. But somebody had to stay. And today, that somebody is you. As the room grows brighter, you glance toward the stack of papers on your table. These are reports from previous days. Names, addresses, symptoms, deaths. The list seems longer every morning. One house reported 2 sick family members yesterday. Another reported 4. A third house stopped responding entirely. You already know what that probably means. Part of your job is learning to live with uncertainty. A patient who seems healthy today might be dead tomorrow. Another who appears close to death might somehow recover. Plague follows its own rules. And nobody fully understands those rules. You sit quietly for a moment. Perhaps this is the calmest part of your day. No frightened families yet. No desperate cries for help. No difficult decisions. Just silence. Outside your window, dawn slowly approaches. A thin layer of mist hangs over the rooftops. Smoke rises from chimneys. The city almost looks normal. If someone arrived from far away, they might think life was carrying on as usual. But look closer. Many windows remain shut. Some doors have not opened for days. Entire households hide behind walls, hoping sickness passes them by. Fear has settled over the town like a second layer of fog. People avoid one another. Neighbors speak from a distance. Friends cross the street rather than risk getting too close. Even simple acts have become complicated. A handshake feels dangerous. A crowded market feels dangerous. A cough feels very dangerous. Nobody wants to become the next victim. And yet, despite all the fear, life continues. Bread still needs baking. Animals still need feeding. Children still wake up hungry. The world keeps moving. You stand and stretch your back. Already, you can feel the weight of the coming day. Not just physical exhaustion. Mental exhaustion too. Every house call carries risk. Every patient brings questions you may not be able to answer. Families often look at you with hope in their eyes. That hope can feel heavier than any medical bag. Because deep down, you know there is only so much you can do. Still, you must try. That is what people expect. That is what the job demands. Soon you will put on the famous plague doctor outfit. The long coat. The gloves. The strange beaked mask that future generations will remember. But not yet. For now, you enjoy one final quiet moment. The town remains wrapped in pale morning light. The church bells have fallen silent. A bird lands on a nearby rooftop. Somewhere in the distance, a rooster announces the start of another day. You take a slow breath. Then another. Soon, people will come looking for you. Soon, doors will open. Soon, someone will report a fever. Someone will report strange swelling. Someone will beg for help. But all of that comes later. For now, dawn has arrived. And a plague doctor's day is about to begin. The peaceful part of your morning is over. The sun is still low in the sky, but the city is waking up. Somewhere beyond your window, a cart rattles over stone streets. A dog barks. A church door creaks open. And now it is time to get dressed. Not in ordinary clothes. In your armor. Because that is exactly how many plague doctors see it. Not armor against swords. Not armor against arrows. Armor against sickness. Whether it actually works is another question entirely. You walk toward a wooden stand where your equipment waits. Most people today picture plague doctors as mysterious figures with long black coats and bird-like masks. The image is so famous that it almost feels like something from a fantasy story. But to the people living through an outbreak, there is nothing magical about it. This outfit is serious business. Every piece has a purpose. Or at least what people believe is a purpose. You begin with the long coat. The coat is made from heavy leather or waxed fabric. It stretches almost all the way to your feet. The material is thick and uncomfortable. Comfort is not part of the design. The goal is protection. Many doctors believe plague travels through poisonous air. Bad smells are thought to carry disease. Rotting garbage, dirty streets, and sick bodies all produce dangerous vapors. At least, that is the theory. Nobody knows about bacteria yet. Nobody knows about fleas. Nobody knows about rats spreading infection. The real enemy remains hidden. So doctors focus on what they can see and smell. You pull the heavy coat over your shoulders. Immediately you feel warmer. A little too warm, perhaps. Summer must be especially unpleasant in this outfit. Imagine wearing a leather blanket while walking around all day. Not exactly ideal. Next come the boots. Tall leather boots cover your legs. Then gloves. Every inch of exposed skin disappears beneath layers of protection. You are slowly transforming into something that barely looks human. And that is before the mask even enters the picture. The gloves slide into place. You flex your fingers. Everything feels slightly stiff. Simple tasks become harder. Writing notes becomes harder. Examining patients becomes harder. Even scratching your nose becomes harder. And unfortunately, the human nose always seems to become itchy at the worst possible moment. Then comes the hat. A wide-brimmed hat rests on the stand. In many places, doctors wear hats as a sign of their profession. It tells people who you are. Not that the rest of the outfit leaves much mystery. Nobody sees a beaked figure walking down the street and thinks, perhaps that is the baker. The hat settles onto your head. Now only one piece remains. The famous mask. You pick it up carefully. Even after years of plague history, this object remains one of the most recognizable symbols of disease. The beak stretches several inches forward. The eye openings are covered with glass. From a distance, it resembles a giant bird. A rather unhappy bird. The design became especially common during plague outbreaks in the 17th century, though popular images often blend different periods together. To the people of the time, the mask serves a practical purpose. The long beak acts as a filter. Not a filter in the modern sense. A filter based on smell. Inside the hollow beak, doctors place sweet-smelling herbs and materials. You reach for a small collection resting nearby. Lavender, rosemary, juniper, sometimes cloves, sometimes rose petals. Different doctors prefer different mixtures. The goal is simple. If bad air causes disease, then pleasant smells should protect against it. At least that is the hope. You stuff the herbs inside the beak. Soon the mask fills with powerful scents. Fresh, earthy. The smell follows you everywhere. 4 long hours each day, these herbs become your constant companions. You place the mask over your face. The leather presses against your skin. The world instantly changes. Your vision narrows. The glass eyepieces limit what you can see. Sounds become slightly muffled. Breathing feels different. You are now looking at the world through the eyes of a giant bird. Not exactly a comfortable experience. But comfort is no longer important. Protection is. Or what people believe is protection. From the outside, your appearance has become startling. Imagine being a frightened child during a plague outbreak. You hear a knock at the door. Your parents open it. Standing outside is a tall figure dressed entirely in black. A long coat covers the body. A cane rests in one hand. A giant beak extends from the face. The eyes appear cold and glassy. You might reasonably decide never to sleep again. For many families, the arrival of a plague doctor creates mixed emotions. Relief, fear, dread. The doctor may bring help. But the doctor also confirms something terrifying. Disease has reached your home. The outfit becomes a symbol. Where the plague doctor goes, sickness usually follows. Or perhaps sickness was already there waiting. Either way, nobody is happy to see the mask. You glance at your reflection in a small polished piece of metal. The figure staring back hardly resembles the person who woke up earlier. The transformation feels complete. You have become something larger than yourself. A walking symbol of plague. A moving reminder of mortality. A professional visitor to the worst days of people's lives. And there is still one final item. Your cane. You pick it up from beside the wall. The cane serves several purposes. It helps you point at things. It helps maintain distance from patients. It allows you to examine clothing or bedding without direct contact. And occasionally, it helps create a little personal space in crowded areas. People generally move aside when a plague doctor approaches. Very few citizens think, "You know what would improve my morning?" Standing closer to the plague doctor. The cane feels familiar in your hand. A tool of the trade. Simple but useful. Now everything is ready. The coat, the gloves, the boots, the hat, the mask, the cane. Outside, daylight spreads across the rooftops. The city waits. Somewhere, patients are already growing worse. Some families are praying for recovery. Others are preparing for loss. They may not know it yet, but your day is about to intersect with theirs. You walk toward the door. The leather coat creaks softly. The herbs inside the beak fill your senses. Your hand closes around the latch. One last breath. Then you step outside. And immediately, people notice. Because when a plague doctor appears on the street, everyone understands what that means. Some doors quietly close. Some windows open. Some faces fill with hope. Others fill with fear. And as you begin walking through the morning streets, the city watches the strange bird-faced doctor begin another day among the living. And all too often, among the dying.